we're gonna swear in our new members. We're excited to have them all on the board. We want to welcome you guys, and I want to say thank you to everyone that has been here for me. This is kind of bittersweet tonight, but you know what? I think we've got a good man coming in, and I think we're going to have a lot of good things going with this town. So right now, I'm going to ask Scott and ask Jim to give our Pledge of Allegiance, and then Scott will give our prayer, and then we'll move on.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Father in heaven, we're in this evening for the time we have to come together as a town and talk about the needs. We're thankful for this wonderful place that we have to live, for the beauties that we get, for the moisture that we receive, and for all the good neighbors that we have. We'd ask that please be with us this evening, that we will talk about things pertinent to the residents of this town. We will find ways to help them and to be a resource and a help to them. We ask that would bless this town, that all the people that are sick or afflicted in it, that we'll find ways to help them, and that they can help us recover and give them the guiding hand. We again ask us to have an enjoyable meeting this evening, that we'll be friends, and we say this in Jesus Christ.
Okay, now my first and last job as mayor is to release my councilman, Mark. You are released. And to bring up in front our new officers, which will be Scott up front, Mike up front, and Doug.
Before we get going here, we just want to say thank you to Brenda for all her years of dedication to service. It's going to be weird not seeing her face when I come in, but we'll get used to a new face.
Yeah.
So here's for you.
Oh, thank you.
From all of us, and we appreciate everything you have done for the town.
Thank you.
This guy, he seems very unapproachable, but he's the biggest teddy bear you'll ever know. So if you didn't get to know him, get to know him. He's a good guy. You. You have to like me. You're my brother. Okay, we'll start off and we'll swear in Doug. I
Come over here, Mike.
brought this so that you can kind of read along. You'll just repeat after me, and you'll just fill in your name, obviously. And so I.
Come on, act like your friends.
Yep. Okay. I
I, Doug Clemens,
have been appointed to the office of mayor.
have been appointed to the office of mayor.
Do solemnly swear that I will support,
Do solemnly swear that I will support,
obey, and defend the Constitution of the United States
obey, and defend the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Utah,
and the Constitution of the State of Utah,
and that I will discharge my duties of my office with fidelity.
and I will discharge the duties of my office with fidelity.
You don't sign? Oh, this one, sorry, I guess you don't sign that, you sign it. And then I'll sign. Oh, sorry. You guys wanna do them separate, or you wanna do them together? Okay. So, congratulations, you are the mayor. Okay, and you ready? Okay, and I,
Scott Solomon,
have been appointed to the office of town council.
have been appointed to the office of town council.
Do solemnly swear that I will support,
Do solemnly swear that I will support,
obey, and defend the Constitution of the United States
obey, and defend the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Utah,
and the Constitution of the State of Utah,
and that I will discharge my duties of my office with fidelity.
and that I will discharge the duties of my office with fidelity.
the office of town council, do solemnly swear that I will support, obey, and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Utah, and that I will discharge my duties of my office with fidelity.
I will discharge my duties.
And that I will discharge the duties of my office with fidelity.
I will discharge my duties with office.
With fidelity. You could have read along, that's why I give it to you, so you can cheat.
All right, welcome. Before we move on, I just probably appropriate to say a few words. Just looking forward to serving the citizens of and all the friends and families of Charleston. And as my simple campaign said, I promise to keep it simple, honest, and drama-free. I hope to bring some awareness, more awareness to these meetings. This is the first meeting. I hope as you attend future meetings, you'll see more information available to the audience and to the public. I hold quite a few meetings, and this is no different to me than holding, a meeting in my office with the managers and the people that run the businesses. You run the town, so you need to know what's going on. So you'll see an agenda, you'll see some financial information, you'll see what we're talking about on the screen, and that's a commitment to be more transparent. Not that it wasn't, it's just what I like, it's what I do. The one thing, just as we look ahead, just protecting our town, listening to what the concerns and needs of this town are and where we want to drive this town. Do we want to grow? Do we want to maintain? How do we generate more tax revenue? What's the best thing for this town? And I guess the bottom line, just truly listen to the people and make sure that when a decision or something has to be made at the table, that we've given you a common sense explanation. We're not going to please everybody every time, but you'll at least have the pathway to how the decision was made, and I think that's fair. So the other thing, I don't know if we want to do it or don't want to do it. My voice is pretty loud, but when I sat in that audience where you all are sitting, I had a hell of a time hearing every meeting, and I didn't know where we were at on the agenda. So you're always going to see the agenda, and the microphone will always be here. So if anybody can't hear, let me know, and we're happy to use the microphone. So from there, let's get on with the agenda.
Okay, you ready for a motion?
For a motion.
Yep.
Take a motion.
Yep. Let's see. First one is this resolution 2026-03.
2026-01.
If you still want me.
Of course we do, if I can find the right page.
Let me get to the right one.
Yeah.
Should be in your, first one in your name. I put it in order for you.
Okay, so I make a motion that we approve Charleston Town Resolution 2026-01. This is reappointment of our town clerk, Karen Meyer. I second it. Second? Yep. So, roll call? Roll call.
Just all, yeah, it's a vote, but
Anything that has to do with finances.
money
You're always safe doing a roll call.
So as long as we have a motion, a first and a second, we're good.
And then everybody agrees.
I'll try it out with you.
Okay, all right, got it. I'm new here, I apologize.
Yeah, first.
Aye.
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 Aye. Passed. Okay, resolution,
Who signs this one?
Huh?
Does Doug need to sign this?
No,
Nope.
I just have to mark it.
resolution 2026-02 is the,
Reappointment of the,
what's that?
the reappointment of the town treasurer, Jamie.
Reappointment of town treasurer. Do I need to read the hereby be resolved?
Just give it Bruce.
Hereby be resolved that Jamie Quilter to be reappointed as the Charleston Town Treasurer as of January 8th, 2026. Her duties are to review and sign checks, review and initial deposit slips, make deposits of the bank.
We still need a motion. Motion. Right, I make a motion to approve Charleston Town Resolution 2026-02. This is reappointment of the town treasurer, Jamie Quilter. Need a second?
I'll second.
Second. Roll call. Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye. 2602, resolved. All right, next on the agenda, will be the approval of the meeting minutes for December 4th of 2025. Any comments or questions on the agenda for December?
I don't have questions. Neither.
John, you good on?
I'm good. You good? Good. Yes.
So I'll make a motion that we approve the meeting minutes for December 4th, 2025.
I'll second. Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
And aye. And then the approval of the financials for December 2025. I don't know where it's appropriate or not appropriate, but this seems to be one area where there's lots of commotion in our budget, in our financials. And so, I would like to be more transparent. I did go through, I did go through just to give you a quick synopsis of a high-level overview of how, the town keeps track of their financials, and this is more or less a P&L view. This is not a cash view or a balance sheet view, it's just a P&L. It's our revenue and our expenses. It's pretty simple, so you can kind of see, where our revenues come from. 68% of our revenues come from taxes. Follow it, both month-to-date, year-to-date, and how the budget sits, and then where we're at as a percentage on year-to-date for, revenues and expenses. Month-to-date, at the bottom line, we came in the deficit of 7187. Year-to-date, we're in the deficit of 25,000. We are essentially halfway through our year. When you go take a look at the budget, there's quite a few things in the budget that aren't happening that change that bottom line. So, not to be concerned, the town's still in good shape, there's cash in the bank. We'll be working on the financials so that everybody understands where the money's at and where it's going and how it's being spent. So, that's my commitment. So, with that, we've had, I guess we go to the resolution, or to approve the financials for December 2025, so, Motion?
You guys have a chance to review.
I'm okay. I just gotta find what I want to say.
I can start. I make a motion that we approve our financials for December 2025.
I'll second.
Roll call. Aye. Aye.
Aye. Aye. Yes, sir.
You will find that government accounting is very different than what you do in your business, as you've already stated. It's governed by the Government Accounting Standard Board, GASB, which is a different standard board than most businesses exactly. So,
No, I
it's
just-
often kind of frustrating to business people and accountants. I found CPAs that they have a hard time understanding. So just a general comment.
No, there's just, if you take a look, when you dive in deeper, I mean, that's the high level of where it is, but there's quite a few movements and budget movements in the back, that's going on in the back office that really fix all that. As I learn more, it'll be transparent, so everybody will know what's going on.
Yeah, and that's fine. I just commenting,
Yeah,
just
no,
general,
understood.
it's
Yes.
very different.
Yep.
But it doesn't, there are a lot of things behind all those numbers.
Yep, no, there's a whole lot of stuff, yeah, no, reviewed it all, yeah.
And we have the assistance of Lisa Dudley now.
Yeah, I mean, with the assistance of the, I guess the consultant,
Lisa Dudley?
yeah, we'll get I'd like to be there to ask, a lot of questions so that I understand the movements of what's gotta happen behind the scenes, so.
As you should.
Yes, yeah, okay. All right, this is, the time for public comment. This is the time and place for any person who wishes to comment on items not scheduled on the agenda. For public hearing, any person or group wishing to comment on any items not otherwise scheduled for a public hearing on the agenda may address the town council at this point by standing and giving his or her name for the record. Comments should be limited to no more than 3 minutes unless the town council authorize additional time. So, open up for public comment. Pretty quiet.
I got one.
Randy?
Lane. So there's been a rumor going around town for a couple months now that Don Sand has a rather large tattoo of the Denver Broncos on his left thigh. And if that's true, there's some of us would like to see it.
Yeah, I gotta be careful being a Bronco fan surrounded with Raiders. Well, thank you, Wayne, I appreciate that.
So is it true?
No.
That'll be because it's the Raiders.
Gotta have a youngster in every crowd.
I do have one that I think the public should know. I was wondering where we were with, and I said, I know one that the public should know, and there was a request for, just a status on our, agreement with
Old body,
Hebrew
line,
City.
just pick it up, put it close to your mouth,
There.
gotta turn it on.
It says,
It's the green light, there you go.
Yeah, that was working.
It's on. Got to speak.
Speak out loud,
how loud do you want me to?
plenty loud.
That's not gonna do it.
It's not working.
Is there a volume on that, Justin?
All right, so, regarding our agreement with Heber, we were just, and I already asked the incoming, mayor, but I just wanted to put out to the public what our status is, and you have an update for us, so I just want to bring that up.
With the sewer board?
Oh, with Heber's agreement regarding the wires.
So, unofficially,
It's all been signed off.
well, no, but I mean, just hearsay, cause I went to the, sewer district board today with the mayor, but, I think there needs to be a discussion, because the word was, and it didn't come out in today's meeting, that Charleston signed the resolution, but Heber did not. They were waiting for me to be here so they could revisit it, so we'll see what that means. Until they sign and agree it, there's still an agreement, so, we'll see what that's about. So, hopefully, we'll have something to follow up on an agenda item next week. And I learned a whole lot today at the sewer district. Funnest meeting you've ever been. No, it's good. Anything else, public comment? All right, let's close it for public comment.
Before you go on, it is fully executed, signed by Heidi Franco, Mayor. This was done,
No,
that's
that's,
city seal, so it is official. They've signed it.
that's opposite what I was told yesterday, so, okay. It is, I follow up with that, it is signed, it is no, so that's where we're at. Where did you pull that up?
From my email.
Oh.
Tells you a lot of good.
Well, then you knew it long before I knew
I
it.
did, that's why I was trying to share with you.
Okay, alright. Okay, alright,
Here, I got that same email on mine, that
okay,
it has been signed and it was
Okay.
complete.
alright, okay. Well, that's opposite what I was verbally told, so I apologize.
All right, that's
Okay.
fine.
So Karen, you should have a copy of this, already in your records, yes? If not, I'll forward it to you.
Which one?
The fully executed
The
termination.
ones that Brendan
Did
signed,
we do that?
I signed yes.
Or
Or is that
or
your
not?
terminated?
This came from over.
Okay, alright,
That came from Clay.
Yeah, that's what I have.
Okay.
Because Brenda had to do it, so did I. And then they sent me the final copy of everything that was signed. On our end now, Heber, I don't know.
So this is one that's got everybody's signatures.
Okay,
So I'll
you
forward
just
that to make
forward
sure
that
you
to
have
me
that.
just in case I don't have it.
Yep.
And then I'll put it in the file. So it is dead?
It is officially signed.
yes.
Everything's done.
That's why I want to make sure, because there's so many inconsistencies, I wasn't sure, but it is, okay, perfect.
Any more public comment? All right, let's close it for public comment. Let's move on to resolution 2026-03, Mayor Pro Tempore. This resolution is in the event that, I'm absent or, not able to perform my duties, so, I talked to Scott. Scott's been the person in charge after the mayor, and I have no reason today to change it, so Scott's gonna continue. Pretty simple, so I'll just take a motion on resolution 2026-03, that Scott Solomon remains in that position.
Jim, you wanna make that one real quick?
We'll give Mike a chance, but I'll make a motion that we adopt the resolution of 2026-03, Mayor Pro Tempore.
Second.
He did.
He just doesn't talk too loud enough.
Mike?
That's why I like her.
You might have to have a speaker just in front of you. Okay, we have a first and a second,
Aye.
Aye.
and I'm passed. Resolution 2026-04, Charleston, will adopt the meeting schedule, for 2026.
The documents are numbered.
Yeah,
Huh?
Yeah, so it's the member assignment that's showing up under 2026-04, and the meeting schedule is under 2026-06.
Okay, sorry.
So what, you
Okay,
wanna go
so-
by this, or do you want?
Yeah. Oh, no, 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 I'll just swap them.
This one we want to get in your mind.
I've been busy, come on.
I know you've been doing a lot lot, I saw
I
them all.
did good to
When
remember
I got all
changing
those
everything to
emails, I knew
26.
right away. So I guess, I'll motion to, go ahead and, town resolution 2026-06 be accepted.
I'll second. Roll call.
Aye.
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 So 06 is 04?
It's 06,
Okay. copy.
Sorry.
Just change the end.
just change it at the end.
I'll swap it.
Stay the same. That was,
Yeah.
Is there any others we have to adopt?
Huh?
Any others that we have to adopt in here?
do we need to go back and redo 04?
04 is, now the sign.
follow the-
04 is the,
We'll follow it.
04 is the assignment. yeah.
What policy agenda, they just changed
Okay.
the numbers on
Sorry.
Resolution 2026-05, the appointment of deputy treasurer. Charleston Town Council, that council member Scott Solm shall be appointed to the position of deputy town treasurer, which position will fulfill the fiduciary duties of the office of the town treasurer in the absence of the town treasurer. Motion?
I'll make a motion that we approve Town Resolution 2026-05, appointment of our deputy treasurer, that being Mr. Scott Solomon.
I'll second
Roll call.
Aye.
Aye.
it. Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Looks like we're in a rhythm now.
I like it.
And then, did you update this, Karen?
Huh?
Did you update?
Yes, I just swapped out the names.
Okay.
I think that's where I got confused.
Resolution 2026-04, for the town council assignments. So rather than I make a decision that I'm not, educated on yet for where the assignments go, we simply, kept the same assignments as last year's, swapped out, Michael's name with Mark, for Mark's name, and swapped out the mayor's name with my name. And we'll leave it at that until we have time to discuss it as a planning meeting or whatever we need to do.
So no need to approve this one?
If you wanna read through the assignments, you wanna go ahead and read through the assignments?
No, I'm just stating, we're gonna,
Are assignments posted up in the office if anybody wants to know?
Well, I will once you pass this resolution, if you wanna leave it the way it is now. We can change it at any time, we'll just have to re-adopt the
Any
resolution.
meeting, you can put this
Change it.
back on. You can
So-
discuss tonight if you want, and just make changes if that's what you want.
It'd be better.
I mean, if you guys are good with the way those are now, just
What they're
swapping
doing.
out names, and then you can fix it later.
Let me get this right. Oh, you got one there. Sorry. So the assignments, we'll just go through top to bottom, real quick. There's quite a few, so, if there's any questions, I'll open it up for public comment when I'm done. Treasurer, Town Council assignments 2026, the treasurer's Jamie Quilter. Animal Control Board will be Michael Bauer, alternate treasurer Scott Solomon. Cemetery, Michael Bauer. Economic Development and Trails, Don Sant. Weed Board is Jim Brown. Events Committee is Jim Brown and Scott Solomon. Heber Light and Power Board is Mayor Clements. MAG is Mayor Clements. And Scott Solomon is the alternate. Parks is Jim Brown. Roads is Jim Brown and Michael Bauer. Sewer Board is Mayor Clements. Town Hall is Don Sant. Zoning Administrator is Don Sant. Interlocal Meetings is Mayor Clements. Airport Representative Scott Solomon. Sewer Representative Don Sant. Floodplain Manager Mike Radke. And Emergency Preparedness is Michael Bauer. Open for public comment. Any comment on the assignments?
motion on resolution 2026-04, town council assignments.
You wanna make that, Michael?
Yeah. Move to adopt town resolution 2026-04.
Town council member Simons, I'll second it.
We got a first and a second. Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
And aye. Yeah. Next item on the agenda is the Heritage Committee, and I think Jana Brown is going to address us.
Hi, I know that we have been talking about this for a little bit, and we are now official. We have a website, we have committee members, which we're always looking for more, so if you're interested, take the flyer, send me an email. We are doing a logo contest that is also on the flyer that we have for you. The competition is till the end of the month, January 26th, I believe. There will be a $50 gift card involved if you do win that. We would ask that you turn those in to me prior to that, and then we will take it to the committee and have a decision by the first part of February. We also have a meeting for any of those people that want to be a part of the committee or subcommittee from the main committee in different areas such as events, financials, grants, and we're looking at a couple other options for breaking off into subcommittees. Our first in-person meeting will be this coming Wednesday at 5:30 here in this building on the 14th. So if you guys want to be more involved, that would be awesome. We are helping just to raise funds and to help collaborate with the town board to, bring these different opportunities to raise money, to beautify, to do anything that we need to offset that our budget can't do with the town. So any ideas? We do have a website up and running, thank you. And that is cchfutah.com. And our Facebook page is Charleston Community Heritage Foundation. So please be as involved as you want to be. We would appreciate all of that. Thank you.
Thanks, Jana. I hope we get some participation in this. I think it'll be a good thing. I'm looking forward to opportunities that the town can jump on with the grants and other things that are out there. So more to follow. It'll be good. Thank you. Let's move on to staff reports. I'll just start with Justin.
So we've had a couple burials this last month, and Dave and I took care of those. One thing, I don't know if anybody's noticed or not, but I would appreciate if you would watch. The stop signs on 3000 headed east and west have now been pushed over. They haven't been hit, they've been pushed over and tore out 3 or 4 times. Then I've had to get installed, so just kind of, I know a lot of people are not happy with them, and it's always been at night, so if you guys could help watch those. And then I've been going around and changing out signs and fixing signs, because we don't have any snow, so that's what I've been doing.
Did you push snow today?
I pushed a little snow and solved it today.
Okay, good.
It was slick this morning, so I tested out the new solver.
Good. Got it tested. I did notice the stop sign was pushed over, and I guess my only comment is I think we need to put a better footing in. We need to put they're only in a foot.
Well, it broke it off at the
Oh, it
bottom.
broke it?
So I've just put them back in for now.
Okay, till you can dig a hole with
Till I
stuff.
can get them deeper down in. I had them down in 20 inches.
Yeah.
It broke down off on the bottom.
That's pushing pretty hard, breaking.
Well, you have to have breakaways on.
They're breakaway posts.
No, it didn't break the pole, it broke the footing. It broke a foot into the footing. Yeah. Well, I saw it on Saturday morning, tipped over.
Yeah,
And then, I went to Heber and I came back, and when I came back, it was already up, so thank you, but.
Mark saw that.
Oh, sorry.
They-
Yeah, something, yeah. Anyway, thank you. That's it?
Yep.
Dave?
We're doing well with cemetery. So, and just to comment on that, stop sign, there is no rules, the plastic post on that fence is less than 18 inches from where that sign is. Why can't we take and mount that sign to that plastic post? And it will still, if it still covers the regulations for stop signs. And that way you don't have to worry about somebody taking it out. They'll take the fence out before they'll take the post out.
We'll look into, we'll get that footing reset, and, I think if we don't set it right, we'll probably have some liability that we probably don't wanna, to accept. Let's just do it the way that we've been taught to do it, told to do, and how to set it, and that's all we can do. But I do agree, we need some cameras or something. All right. Karen?
Okay. December was crazy because there was a lot of holidays, so it was a lot of in and out, but, I did talk to Danny Edwards because he had never sent me a bill for this cover shed out here. So I finally got a hold of him the other day, and he said that they paid for it. They donated that to the town, that bill. So, anybody that sees, I guess you guys know who Danny Edwards is, or just make sure you tell him thank you, because, was it I don't know, it used to be BMC.
He's our fireworks guy.
Yep, so they donated all of that expense that you put into that last bit and paid for that.
Wow, that was
So,
kind of good.
yeah, that was donated, so, and then they are on Wednesday nights, he called and asked him, so, for the young men to come and play ball, so I figured it was pretty fair trade. So they come from like 7 to 8:30, and I just come play, keep kids out
That's
of
good
trouble.
trade.
Yeah, so, I mean, I'll come play them, so not a big deal, and then just a lot of end of year stuff, crazy stuff, getting all this switched over, all of the stuff in order. I'm meeting tomorrow with Dwayne to go over the website, the final is pretty much ready to go live, we're just gotta do some adjustments, so I'll be in here tomorrow at noon with him. Don't know how long that'll take, but then we should be able to flip that over to go live with the new website. Still conversing back and forth with Lisa, trying to set up the time, she has like every other Fridays off, but with the holiday season, it was rough. So we'll catch up with that, keep working on that, still working on the budget stuff, trying to get all that collected. I did put in your financials, the report from the sales tax, I don't know if you guys saw that you can see what our sales tax were, but you just have to remember that's 2 months behind, BNC Roads is a month behind, so those are actuals for 2 months ago. So, I just have quarterlies, end of the year, all the end of the year stuff, so it's crazy. Oh, the audit, that'll be next month. I was so excited today when I left, it was awesome. They have just like drug this audit out like crazy, so I finally got it finally done. So everything, only one thing that I got called on, and that was the budget being over and we've already fixed it. So I had no black marks, that's unheard of, I'm so excited.
Congratulations.
So you will be signing papers Monday. I was stressed, there was a lot, they called for a lot of stuff, a lot more than they have in a long time, so they were trying to find something, but they didn't. So, yeah.
No, thanks for mentioning the website, I think that's important.
I know it's kind of been slow, but I think they were waiting to see how the election came out and just some other things, and then, so we could make sure everything was updated correctly, so that should go.
It'll be good to get it, get some initial feedback and get, what needs to be changed or fixed or updated, and see how quickly we really can do it, like they
Yes.
said, so.
I think it
looking
should be
forward to
pretty easy, because some of it will stay like where I can load, the stuff that I have to load on and off a lot takes, we'll just leave this Google Docs, cause that's faster for me, but anything that's permanent will have to be, will be a little more intel, but it's not too tough, cause Bruce and I did it before, he helped me before. And Bruce, we wanna talk to you afterwards when everything's over with Bruce.
Okay.
Okay.
Brian?
Hey, pretty much same old stuff, just building inspection stuff, planning commission did not meet last month, so we report there. Just remind everyone that we do have a contract with Mountain Lands Association of Governments and a subcontractor to do a new general plan revision. And, the previous council directed that we wait until after the election, the first of the year. So there'll be a kickoff meeting, we'll be in touch, you know, whatnot, and then it's probably gonna be a 12 to 18-month process. It won't be like a ton of stuff all at once, but there will
Are
be.
you gonna lead that process?
What's that?
Are you leading that process?
Yeah.
Okay.
And there will be, you know, we'll probably need a couple of people from the planning commission, a couple of, council members to be on committees and stuff, but, anyway, but there will be lots of public input opportunities and whatnot before it's done. So it should be very open, transparent, participative, process. So that will be started here in the next month or two.
That's it? Okay. Jim?
I don't really have a lot to report. Holidays and everything was slow, so I'm good.
Okay. Scott?
Can I have mine?
Yeah.
Sorry, I want to do this very, very carefully, and I want to do it without offending the past mayor, and I don't want to overwhelm the current one. But where I've been on this board for 6 years now, and I want to start out a new term on a different foot, to be honest with you. I want to read some stuff that I see not getting done in the town, and I'm just gonna go through a list that I personally made. I've had a couple of people help me with stuff that they see, and I just wanna find a path forward, for this list to somehow start getting completed. Where our, revenue stream that we've been dreaming of for a long time didn't really pan out by having some commercial properties with some sales tax revenue maybe funneling into the town. It's gonna be up to this board to find a new path. Because I see our town not getting stuff done that needs to be done. And the further we go down the road with a lot of this stuff, the more expensive it's gonna be and the harder it's gonna hit when it actually comes up. What really brought this to my mind was when I'm driving along and we just had all of our major roads sill cracked. And I drove down and I looked at the amount of sill crack that it took to fill all of our roads. That means that all of our asphalt's getting old, it's getting brittle, it's getting old. And at some point, we're gonna have to mill and overlay most of this town. To be honest with you, a lot of it's getting deteriorated, and it's just been a long time since a lot of it's been put in. But I'm gonna go through my list, and then I'm gonna put the challenge to this board to find a path to start getting stuff done that really needs to be done. And they're gonna have to find a revenue stream. And we've promised for a long, long time that we're not gonna come and start raising taxes to the town, but that means there's gotta be a revenue stream somewhere coming in somehow to get stuff done. Cemetery, we've talked about paving and possibly fixing up the cemetery for 5 years. We've talked about landscaping that we wanna do up there. We need a compactor so that when we backfill, we can do it correctly so there's not settling over time. The tractor that we have that we backfill with is probably, Justin, is this as old as I am, or is it younger than me?
It's pretty old.
So we have a new skidster to dig with, but we don't really have much that we can backfill with because our tractor's getting really old. We really have talked about a shelter up there for a long time to put sand and equipment in. We have no shelter up there for that. Now, some of these, to be honest with you, are going to be what I'm gonna call a need, and some of them are gonna be kind of a want, right? So in a perfect world, some of them are what we wanna do, but some of them are going to become needs in the near future. If you look at our roads, many of them are gonna need a mill and overlay soon. Some of them we've talked about widening. Even to the point we need a post pounder so we can get our posts put in correctly when it comes time. And in a lot of towns, during the summer, I think we should be trimming the sides of our roads. The part that the town owns, we just kind of let it go free, and we're not trimming the sides of the roads. I think we should be doing that a couple times a year, many of the other towns that I know do that. The shop is where we're really in trouble, in my opinion. The shop, and you know, Mayor Brenda's tried really hard to get us a new shop, and we really do need one. The metal on it is rusted out. The roof on it's bad. I've talked to multiple people about just reskinning it and trying to do it cheaply. And everyone I've talked to has said the exact same thing, that reskinning it is just a waste of money and time. So at some point, we need to find a way to get the shop replaced. I mean, at one point, this town had the money to build a shop, right? It had the money to build this building that we're sitting in. It had the money to build the park building that's over there. But all we've done for 5-6 years now is say we don't have any source of completing this stuff. So we talked about possibly putting in a new shop, which really is gonna cost some money, right? I mean, that was not gonna come free. It'd be nice if it had a heated bathroom. It'd be nice if the shop was heated. And then some salt storage. We kind of started on that equipment storage, little lean-to thing that we have over there. It'd be nice if we could turn that into our salt storage so we can get salt out of the shop. The parking lot that we just sealed, to be honest with you, it's way past needing a mill and overlay for the park. The building needs to be painted. The roof to the pavilion needs to be replaced. The parking lot around the park needs to be redone, all the way around the park. There's a southeast parking lot over there that is just gravel, it's just weeds all the time. The handrail around it's really old, even though it still works. We kind of need a new lawnmower, or rebuild the lawnmower. My biggest concern is that as I talk to the Parsons pit over there, they're getting about half the sales now that they were. That's one of our biggest revenue streams because of the pit that's now on Airport Road. I think they're taking a lot of their sales, and Parsons sales tax is going to come down. I don't know how hard it's hit our town. Karen would know. What I want to do is put a challenge to this board that we're going to move forward somehow, some way. We're going to get the courage to stand up and move forward without trying to put burdens on the residents of this town. A heavy burden was put on Charleston when that road failed. All of the members of Winterton over there had to pay a very substantial tax fee that was on top of their normal taxes to get that road fixed. And if the town wants to avoid those kind of problems when it comes down the road, we're gonna have to find some kind of a revenue stream somewhere, or we gotta step up somehow as a board, in my opinion. So I'm not trying to put a burden on our new mayor. This is the board's problem and responsibility, but I think it's time to start looking outside the box and start putting a path forward. Anyway, was that a Debbie Downer?
No.
Sorry.
Just take the next step. We gotta make assignments to each of these.
No, I think we need, I appreciate you bringing all these up. I think they're, sometimes they're the elephant in the room, but there are things that we need to talk about, things we need to address. So I think your list is good. I think, the next step would be, either, planning session that we do a little deeper dive in here, and then maybe put some priorities. Like what, if we prioritize that list, what are the low hanging fruit, what are the easy ones that we can take care of right away that don't cost the town a ton of money, or look at alternative ways to take care of a few things. But let's prioritize this list and make a commitment to the town that we're gonna get some stuff done, and if we have a planning meeting that we can discuss openly, one-on-one, we can always discuss it, but it needs to be discussed in front of the town, and we need to prioritize, have some input, and I'm with you.
Well, I appreciate the heritage, I didn't say that, I really do appreciate their efforts, because their efforts are trying to help.
Well, I'd like to get them involved with this list and see which one makes sense for the heritage to go pick off. Cause if we can go pick off one of these heavy ones and get it taken care of via a grant, and the town's on the hook for 10 to 15% of it, I mean, that's a win. Yeah,
That's why we started it.
yeah.
Trying
No, that's
to
good.
offset this burden.
And yes, we will be at our meeting this coming week
Okay.
to go over different grant options.
Well,
It's a good list to start.
I'll get with Karen, I'll talk with, the members here, we'll get a planning session scheduled.
Scott and Michael are on our board.
Okay, let's get a planning meeting
I
scheduled,
want to be on the board because I want.
so we can prioritize this list. Let's prioritize the list, and then let's commit to at least one or two of these, as we tick them off, the priority on the agenda on a monthly basis. Okay?
Can I ask something? Previously, we did have the roads being cut. Did we own that equipment, or did we hire it then? I can remember them coming and cutting the sides of the road, cutting it back quite a swath. What happened there? Who was
I haven't seen
doing
it
it?
since I've been on the board.
Okay, it was before that, it was probably, and then I started mowing my own, because I know they was doing it. So it would have had to been in the last 10 years.
The county used to do that for us, and I think if you call them, they'd do it for us again. I just don't think you need to get Justin on that to call and to see if they'll come down and cut them sides of the roads. That's what we used to do, and then they just charged us for what they did, which was very minimal.
Yeah, all these items will, come to the planning meeting. We value your input, we'll prioritize it and get some stuff done. We're still in restaff meeting.
I don't have anything staff-wise, but, reiterate, we still have to plan the 5 years for our capital fund, 1 million, and that's not on the list either. We also have to say, what are we gonna accomplish with those fundings, because, we have been very lucky, the state hasn't penalized us or anything like that regarding that. And then, one of the other pieces, what you brought up, about that we owe our neighbor, anybody on 3000 South, he's done his best to do the swathing of both sides of that road. And that's Alan Brown, he's been doing it since I moved in, so.
Cows needed something to eat.
My question is, what's it gonna take to get you to do everything in town?
When I was a kid, my job at 5 years old was to let the cows go slow to the field from the barn to the field so they could eat the sides of the road. That was 50 years ago.
A cattle driver.
Yeah.
All right, well, we completed our first town council meeting, so, thanks for the participation. I'd love to have this meeting in here in the gym every month. We have enough attendance. It's pretty sad when we're in the other room and there's 10 chairs in there and we all, let's get some participation, let's talk to the residents, get them involved, and, let's get something done in the town of Charleston, so, looking forward to it, I appreciate it. Nothing else, we'll, adjourn the meeting.
We can't.
You gonna make a motion?
Oh, sorry.
Mark's gone and we can't anymore.
Oh, I'm gonna make,
Make a motion to adjourn.
No, I don't have my other half.
oh,
He's gone.
oh,
Mark's gone.
I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Mike made the motion, I'll second.
All right. You got a roll call? Okay, we're done. Thanks, everybody.